It's Saturday morning. I'm watching my son, Zach, play soccer. And his team, they're getting massacred. This awkward group of sixth graders is scattered across the field like a confused cloud of tadpoles. All you can hear is the sound of penalty whistles, bickering, and disappointment. The other team across the field is already celebrating. Their coach, who I call Mr. Sunglasses, points finger guns at our kids and shouts, "Booyah!" Another one bites the dust. Now, I thought we were supposed to be teaching these kids how to kick a ball, not how to kick other people when they're down. So, powered by the groans of several other pissed off parents, I march straight to the sidelines, stand right next to this so called coach, and start cheering for my son's team. But I don't only cheer, I put on a whole halftime show. I'm dancing and prancing with invisible pom-poms, and the other parents shout out so much support that right before the game ends, the kids actually score a point. Now they're all jumping around, high-fiving, even though they lost 17-1. After the game, my son comes limping over and says, "Dad, please don't cheer for me anymore. It's embarrassing." And my smile freezes because in that moment, I'm brought back to being a 14-year-old freshman in high school. I'm standing on the football field practicing for our first game, and it's not going very well. As a running back, my job is simple. When the quarterback holds out the ball, I grab it and run for a touchdown. But when I get nervous, my hands always shake and I end up fumbling the ball. The truth is, I know more about Dungeons and Dragons than I do touchdowns and tackles. On the other hand, my father, he was a big football star in high school. So when I told him I made the team, he lit up like I said the Super Bowl. So I don't want him to come and see me fumble the ball. I just want him to come and see that I'm good at this, just like him. So over the next few weeks, I spend hours after school practicing 3 basic movements. Spread my fingers, grip the ball, tuck it in tight. Over and over, I practice until my hands ache and my fears callous. On game day, we face the Titans, a towering team of 25 who all look like grown men who pay bills and barbecue. I'm in the huddle, heart pounding. I see my father in the stands. The coach calls out "sweep right," and I know I'm about to get the ball. Unfortunately, the Titans know it too. The play starts. I sprint towards the quarterback. The Titans come in crashing down, just tossing our team around like gorillas escaping the zoo on Family Fun Day. But I dip my shoulders, lunge forward, and right before our quarterback crumbles, I clamp onto that ball like a vice grip. I got it. Now, I was so focused on not fumbling the ball, I never stopped to think about what I'd do once I got it. And that's when a wall of bodies blocks out the sun. I cut left, I cut right, looking for daylight, but all I can find are hands and helmets. I hit the ground like a skydiver whose parachute didn't open. And after the ref peels piles of players off me, I stagger to my feet in full body agony. And that's when a voice rises from the crowd. "What the hell is he doing? Running like a damn chicken with no head. I guess they just let anyone on this team." Now, before the game, the coach warned us that the other players or even their parents might shout out some things to get in our heads. So as the criticism continues and the crowd joins in with laughter, I just hobble back to the huddle, holding my head down, hoping no one can see the tears starting to form underneath my helmet. Because right now, I'm being mocked in front of my entire school. And that voice in the crowd, it's my father. The next play, the coach decides to give me another chance. Sweep left. And this time, I just fumble the ball. After the game, there's no pizza or even conversation. I grow up not seeing the way my father always made me feel as being wrong. I just see it as proof that I'm just not good enough. But as I start to mature, I listen to him talk about his past, and I start to see a sad little boy that hides behind his eyes. A little boy who was often shuffled between two young parents. A high school football star who wasn't allowed to graduate alongside his white teammates. A soldier stationed in Alaska with only 3 other men who all petitioned to have the Negro reassigned. And I started to understand that there's always been someone in my father's life that made him feel like he wasn't good enough. Now, that's not an excuse for his behavior. It just shows me one thing. It never had anything to do with me. Now I'm the father, standing on the soccer field, and my son, he's asking me not to cheer for him. And as difficult as it is, I don't try to explain, I just meekly smile and agree. And as he runs to the car, excited to get pizza, I just hope he knows if he ever wants me to cheer for him, I will. Because I already know what happens when a child is consistently knocked down. And I just want to see what could happen if a child is consistently built up. Thank you.
Chris Bell.